All right, it's another day. It's another episode of Your Daily Scrum. I'm professional Scrum trainer Ryan Ripley. This gentleman next to me is professional Scrum trainer Todd Miller, and together we join you every day to take your questions, to provide you some answers, and to hopefully help you go forward and have a great experience using the Scrum Framework. Todd, how you doing?
Hanging in there, doing pretty good today.
Nice.
Had a case of the giggles earlier.
Yeah, Ginger showed up and made us laugh for a minute. So we love Ginger. If you see Ginger in any of the videos, be sure to put hashtag Hi Ginger. Mm-hmm. She loves the attention.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Todd, I got an interesting question for you today. Mm-hmm. Is Scrum the answer for everything?
What do you think? Hot take?
Yeah, hot take.
Is Scrum the answer at all?
I would say no.
Yeah. And we should probably unpack that, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just drop like something that in the room. Hey, good. It's been a great episode.
All of our students just like unenrolled from all of our classes. It's like, no, we don't mean it as it's a bad framework. We love the framework. Yeah. And Todd, what's your hot take? And then I'll jump in.
Yeah, my hot take is that Scrum does not give you a linear path to solve all your problems. Like Scrum is not the answer, and Scrum implies that there is no binary answer to something. There is not a yes or no when you're coping with complexity, but it does expose your problems, right? It does expose your problems, but you're the one that has to deal with it. You have to, you as in the Scrum team, have to cope with it. Right?
Yeah, and what we actually like about Scrum is that it brings forward empirical process control, right? It is so far the best framework we've seen that brings empiricism to the forefront, and I guess I should unpack that a little bit, right? Gives us some transparency into our work, creates whole team understanding. It allows us to understand what's happening around us. That means we can do some inspection, right? We can actually check our work. We can check for value. We can make sure we're staying aligned with the customer. And if we learn something about the way our work's going that we don't like, we can adapt, right? We can change. It actually makes that part of the process, the practice. Or if we do like what's going on, we can make adaptations that amplify those great things and hopefully get even more awesome things out of it. And so that's what we're after. We're not after Scrum by the book perfectly. We're not after Scrum everywhere for all things. In fact, that would be a mistake. I would never build a house or build an IKEA table or even try to run a hospital ER using Scrum. I mean, I think there are other things that are fit for purpose. It's pretty rare that I won't suggest Scrum, I'll be honest, but every 1 out of 100 times, Todd, I think I am pretty good at saying, nah, you know what, maybe Kanban here. Let's try to uncover some different things. And, but yeah, Scrum is not the answer for everything. In fact, even when you're using Scrum, it's 13 pages that describes the framework. There's a lot of brain power you've got to put into solving the problems that Todd mentioned and fixing your processes and practices and uncovering and solving impediments that Scrum is not even going to assist you with, right?
Yeah, I think what it really comes down to is when facing any problem is decomposing it and incrementally attacking it. And Scrum is an awesome framework to do that, specifically when you're facing really complex issues, when more is unknown than known. It's not the only thing, but it's really great in that regard. What I would say is universally, break down a problem and try to incrementally attack it, right? And I apologize for my giggling earlier. I had a giggle problem when we tried to record earlier, and just getting it out of my system. It feels good talking about it. Now it's gone. It's
good.
It's gone now.
I think overall, before we close this one out, Todd, Scrum is just one of many tools in the toolkit that we have. It might be a ball peen hammer, but we've definitely got a claw hammer and some screwdrivers and some drills. And there's plenty of tools in the toolkit.
Yep.
Sawzalls, yeah. But that's an interesting one to pull out. But this is just one of the many tools that we use, trying to bring forward agility for organizations. We think it's a great tool. We love teaching it. But is it the answer for everything? No, far from it.
Yeah, add, remove, build upon what you're doing.
Deliver value, right? That's delivery first, and then we'll start worrying about the other pieces later. Yeah. All right?
Yep.
I like this one, Todd.
Cool.
All right, we're going to close this one out. Thank you for the question. We love getting the questions. Leave a question for us in the comments. Let us know what you think about this episode and any other episode that you've listened to. Your questions are valuable to us. We love answering listener questions, so leave them in the comments. What do you think? Is Scrum the answer for everything? Should it be used everywhere for all things? Maybe you've got a different take. We'd love to read about it as well. Be sure to check us out on socials. Hit that like and subscribe button so that you know when we drop new episodes of all of the different shows that we provide. And until tomorrow, have a great day.
Cheers.